All right, guys, happy Sunday. Things are looking good in the Bitcoin market. It does look like that 38,000 may have been the bottom, at least for GBTC sell pressure, and it looks like we're coming back up, so things are looking good. So in a few months, we have the Bitcoin halving, which I've been talking about for the last year. I've been kind of obsessed with it because I'm more of a 4-year cycle kind of guy when it comes to Bitcoin. It's really just absolutely incredible how Bitcoin and crypto follow the 4-year cycles. And we do have that halving in April. So today I want to talk a little bit about the halving, and I want to talk about some price predictions I think we're going to see going into the halving and for the next 6 to 12 months after the halving. So first, what is the Bitcoin halving? Well, let's let this guy explain.
Every 4 years, the reward from mining the biggest cryptocurrency is cut in half. This happens in order to reduce the amount of coins in circulation. How is it calculated? Well, it happens specifically every time 210,000 blocks are mined. We can calculate the date fairly precisely with the knowledge that the average block time for Bitcoin mining is around 10 minutes. That calculation gets us very close to 4 years. Why is it needed? Because there's only so much Bitcoin available. 21 million to be exact. And like any other cryptocurrency, it needs to remain scarce to hold its value. So how often does this happen? Well, the halving takes place every 4 years. The first in 2012 decreased the award for creating a new block from 50 to 25 Bitcoin. The second halving in 2016, that lowered the reward further from 25 Bitcoin to 12.5 Bitcoin. Last time out, 2020. And you guessed it, we have again. The block award dropping to 6.25 Bitcoin. So there's nothing wrong with your math here. This time around, the block reward miners will receive half, 3.125 Bitcoin.
And there you go. And of course, everything's about supply and demand. So when supply gets less, and of course with Bitcoin, you really can't print more, your asset will go up in value. And of course, that's been happening ever since Bitcoin was created. Ever since 2008, 2009, whenever the hell Bitcoin was created, everything's been going off these 4-year cycles. And interestingly, nothing can stop these cycles. COVID couldn't stop it. Economy can't stop it. It might halt it for a little bit, but in general, leading up to the halving and after that halving, we get some serious price action. And like I've been talking about for the last couple of months, I do think what we saw leading up to the ETF was kind of artificial. I wasn't a big believer in it. In fact, I think if this ETF news happened this time last year, I think we would have gotten a pump back up, but I think we'd already be back to our lows. Like if this Bitcoin ETF news happened when we were at $20,000 last year, I think we would have surely gone up to a $30,000 Bitcoin, but I think now in the month after, we'd be right back down to 20. And I think the only thing keeping us up right now is the next I guess you call it sell the news event, which is the halving. Okay, Bitcoin halving 2024, what to expect. We already talked about Bitcoin halving will occur when the number of blocks reaches 840,000, and that should happen in April 2024, which is only 2 or 3 months away, which is absolutely insane. The reward per block will decrease from 6.5 to 3.125 BTC. Usually, the Bitcoin price rises for about 6 months before the halving and is rather stable during the event. Now, of course, we have had Bitcoin's price rising for the last 6 months. I do think a little bit was because of that ETF. I think that took us up a little bit higher than we should have gone, but either way, we'd still be going up. The primary growth occurs in the year following the halving. If Bitcoin mirrors its performance from the previous 2 periods, its price could reach 220,000 by 2025. Now, when they say by 2025, I think that's best case scenario. I'm thinking more like $120,000, $150,000 Bitcoin, and I think going into 2025, that December, January, February, going into 2025 is when we're probably going to be at the top. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so what am I going to be doing? First, I want to talk about some price predictions on some popular coins that I hold. And I want to talk about when I'll be looking to get out of Bitcoin. Now, of course, this could change. There could be news events that change my opinions. But as of right now, everything's been kind of going on course. So right now, we got Bitcoin at 42,267. I do think Bitcoin is going to continue to make its way up leading to the halving. I wouldn't be surprised if we're at a $50,000 Bitcoin by the time we get to the halving. I expect there to be a little bit of a pullback right after the halving. And of course, the halving is in April. So April, then May, June, going into the summer is when I expect this bull market to take off full steam. I expect Bitcoin to be going up to all-time highs, pushing $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. And I expect your altcoins to follow. Now, of course, Bitcoin will pump first, and that's why towards the middle and end of the summer is when I expect these altcoins to go absolutely crazy. I think that's when you're going to get your $5,000, $6,000 Ethereum. Solana already had its pump, but maybe Solana will go up to $250. I expect XRP is a coin, of course, you guys know I'm not a big fan of, but I do hold some because I think it's going to pump hard. I think we're going to see an XRP between $3 and $5 by the end of the summer. Cardano, of course, you guys know, is one of my major holdings and something I love dearly. It made me a lot of money last bull market. I think by that time, we're going to see a $4 to $6 Cardano by the end of the summer, going into September, October. I think that's probably when we're going to top out and kind of go down from there after that. Dogecoin could easily 10, 15x from where it is right now. Link, Link probably $40, $50. Link had an all-time high of $52. Now, I don't think Link's going to go too much more than that. Maybe we'll get a $60 Link by the end of the summer going into October, November. But I think surely we're going to hit all-time highs of $50. Litecoin, I think, is going to be between $400 and $600 by the end of the summer. Litecoin already had a previous high of $413. So even if Litecoin only goes back to its all-time high, you're still looking at like an 8 to 10x, but I think we're going to go higher. Bitcoin Cash had a high of $4,000, which was artificial. That was some fake little Coinbase pump when Bitcoin Cash first came out. I do think with Bitcoin Cash, we're probably going to see at least $1,000 to $1,200 Bitcoin Cash. Going down the list, VeChain, VeChain just had a big pump up to 4 cents. The thing I like about the coins like VeChain is that they pump hard and they dump hard, but they're extra volatile. I think VeChain, we're probably going to see a 40 to 60 cent VeChain by the end of the summer. Bitcoin SV, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but it will pump with Bitcoin, $300, $400. It had a previous high of $491. Wouldn't surprise me if we get back there. Let's see what else. Sandbox, probably a 10, 15x from here. Theta, the interesting thing about Theta, you guys know it's one of my favorite coins for gains. Theta went from 75 cents to $1.50 just a month ago. It essentially doubled. Topped out at $1.40, $1.50 just 2 weeks ago, and now it's back down to $1. So extremely volatile. That's why I like Theta, and that's why I put it as it's probably going to be one of my top gainers. Theta had a top of $15 last bull market. I think Theta is going to be between $20 and $30 by the end of the summer. Now, when I say end of the summer, it's not exact. Really going into the fall. End of the summer is when I expect to be slowly DCAing out of a lot of these projects. Now, I'm not going to go through everything I own, but you guys know I'm big into the metaverse projects. Vulcan Forge, it pumps hard, it dumps hard. You got to have some of these gaming projects in your portfolio. Just a few months ago, Vulcan Forge was $2. It shot all the way up to $9. It was like $9 a month ago. And now it's back down to $5.5. So I expect Vulcan Forge to probably be between $50 and $60 at the top of this bull market. And I would say the same thing about any good quality gaming project. So like I said, I'm not going to go through like every coin, but I think what's important to remember about the halving is we're probably going to, by the end of the summer, is probably going to be when we're in starting to get out mode. You're going to want to set stop losses. Like if Cardano goes up to $3 or $4, you're going to want to take 50% off the table right then and there. Maybe set a stop loss at 250. If it goes down below 250 again, just completely get out altogether. I do expect Cardano to go between $5 and $6, but we could have an economy crash. There could be a war. There could be something with the elections. You don't know. And the one thing about these cryptocurrencies, you want to be ready to get out at any moment. One of the big mistakes everybody made last bull market is we had that double top. Bitcoin goes from the $67,000, then goes back down to 50, and people think, okay, it's going back up to 100. Then we hit 60, go up to all-time highs again of 67,000. people were convinced at that point we're going to go up to $100,000 because it's already happened twice, and then of course we get that rejection and we go into the bear market. And at that point, your altcoins get hit hard. I'm talking Cardano goes from $3 to $2 like within a day. Like things get hit hard, and you don't want to be stuck in that kind of dump, which is why you want to be ready to get out. So for me, I'm going to talk about no man's territory. When we get into the end of 2024, we're almost at Christmas again, and we're going to probably have Bitcoin at almost $100,000. You're already going to be 10, 15, 20x on a lot of your altcoins. You're going to see euphoria. You're going to see the meme coins going crazy again, which why right now is not a bad time to be getting back into meme coins. You're going to see coins like Snek and Bonk going absolutely crazy. There's going to be new meme coins pumping. So just like what happened before Christmas, where the meme coins represented the end of this little mini bull run we're on right now, that's what's going to represent the end of the bull market. I think come end of summer, going into fall, maybe it won't happen until early 2025. Whenever you see these meme coins going absolutely crazy, and not just meme coins, coins that you know are scams, that like everything's pumping, like every scam in the book's pumping, you know, BitConnect is like pumping a little bit, like everything is pumping. That's how you're going to know it's time to get completely out of these markets. Now, if you're watching Niche Channel, of course, we're going to be making multiple videos a day at that point. We're going to be absolutely like just crazy with crypto videos because that's kind of what we've been waiting for. But at that point is when you don't want to be holding. If you notice, a lot of dumb money got into crypto last month when these meme coins started pumping. Even me, who has a pretty good gauge of the market, I was even buying meme coins when they were pumping last month because it's so fun. But that always represents the end of a cycle. So as of right now, just to recap, we're going to be going up until we get to that halving. We're going to cool off a little bit, and then going into the end of the summer is when everything's going to rip. Bitcoin's going to rip. Altcoins are going to rip. Going into the end of the year, maybe even the start of the next year is probably when you're going to have the meme coins going absolutely crazy. Now, that could start in October. It could start in November. It could even start at the end of the summer. Like, it's not an exact time frame, but once you see those meme coins going crazy, and of course your altcoin at that point should have already pumped between 15 and 20x, that's when you want to be heavily getting out of these markets. You don't want to be that jackass who's buying. I did the same thing. You know, I made a pretty good money last bull market, but I invested a lot of it back in. Well, not a lot of it, but like 10 or 20% back in at the top, because of the euphoria, all the videos coming out saying Bitcoin's going to $150,000. Your scammy meme coin's going to go up another 1,000%. The Uber drivers talking about crypto. And that's another thing I want to talk about, how you know you're at the top. When your friends start texting you about crypto, when CNBC is doing full-blown shows on crypto, they're telling you how to buy Bonk. They're telling you how to buy XRP. That's how you know we're coming to the top. When you get into a cab, you get into an Uber, and the Uber driver's telling you how he's buying a bunch of Solana. When you get on an airplane and the airline stewardess is talking about somebody about crypto. When crypto is everywhere. When your mom is talking about crypto. When your dumbest of friends. Now, I had this happen last time. I'm not going to point out which friends. In fact, one of my smartest friends was telling me about, he sent me an email, should I get into crypto, at the top. It was at the top, and I said, no, we're at the top. I don't know what he did because I haven't really even talked to him since. More of an acquaintance than a friend. He's a smart guy. But even smart people are going to be hoodwinked into the whole crypto craze. So that's how you know we're at the top. We're going to be preaching at the top of our lungs on this channel, warning people that the top is near. But you'll feel it, guys. You'll feel it. You'll see. I remember last time my local sub shop had a thing outside, we now accept Bitcoin. Like, it was crazy. It was common sense. I knew it. I sold. I did well, but I still got hoodwinked into getting into some other projects after I sold, because when that FOMO hits and everybody's talking about it, you know, you just want to be a part of it. So anyway, guys, that's what I think is going to happen, and that's what happens every Bitcoin 4-year cycle. So as of right now, we're just kind of in that boring phase, slowly working our way back up. will probably be between $38,000 and $45,000 Bitcoin until we get to that halving. Maybe we'll get a pump up to 50 or so when we get to that halving. Then we'll probably taper off a little bit. Then in the months following, we're going to go absolutely crazy. And that's why I made a video last week. I said last week was probably one of your last chances to get cheap altcoins. Maybe that'll be true. Maybe it won't. I mean, if we get another dump back down to below 40, then you'll get another chance to buy altcoins. But I do think as we get closer to that halving, getting good deals on altcoins is, I mean, you're very close to missing out, unfortunately, on altcoins and even Bitcoin. You already kind of missed out on Bitcoin. Like, if you're not already in Bitcoin and in Coinbase stock and MicroStrategy, you really did miss out already on the major gains, unfortunately. If I was just getting into crypto right now, I wouldn't even mess with Bitcoin, even though a lot of people think Bitcoin is going to go to $150,000, $250,000. I don't think Bitcoin's going to do more than a 2.5x from where it is right now. I'm thinking more like $100,000 and $120,000. Same with Ethereum. Like, you could buy stocks and get the same amount of gains right now as some of these bigger cap coins. That's why I'd be looking at like coins like Cardano, where you can at least still get a 10, 15, 20x, Theta, XRP, Vulcan Forge. If you're in these markets to make money, you still got a chance. But once, like I said, once Cardano hits $2-3, even once Cardano hits $1.50, you're missing out on so much in gains. Because when we were buying Cardano on this channel at 23 cents, same with XRP. You could have gotten XRP last year at like 25 cents. Now it's 53. Once XRP gets to $1.52, you've already missed your chance to make those gains. So now's the time to be getting in if you're not in. And the good news is, things are getting close, guys. We're getting close. The halving is right around the corner. I remember making my first crypto video a year and a half ago saying, oh my God, it's a year and a half to the halving, blah, blah, blah. We're a couple months from the halving. So, and if you look at the charts, everything's going according to plan, following those 4-year cycles. All right, guys, that's it. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.